Okie dokie. All right. So a few more things. Continuing on with like the RV slash limo style elements of this thing. I did mention that, or I might have forgot to mention actually, but I told you that the guy that had this for a little bit did a ton of upgrades to it. Well, replaced a lot of the wear and tear type items that you might need on a van or anything like that. But he did also install a very nice brake controller. So if you ever want to tow anything with this that weighs any amount, you're already wired up with a 7-pin in the back, so you can just plug it right in. You'll need to get a hitch ball for the receiver to tow anything, but this trailer brake system on here is designed to control the brakes on any trailer that you have. If you've never towed before, generally speaking, most trailers that weigh over 2,000 pounds have some kind of built-in electric brakes, but there's no way to necessarily control it. So that's what this little gadget it does, and this is about a $2,000 device right here. So it's wired in with your van, and it will detect when you have a trailer plugged in, and it will automatically send a signal back to the back of the trailer to brake when you are braking up here. So it's a very nice system. I would Google that brand right there. You'll be able to see it if you want to learn more about it. Basically, to kind of give you a quick breakdown, gain when you turn that up and down is going to represent how quickly the trailer brakes react. So the higher the gain, the quicker you're going to feel the brakes being put on when you tap the brake with your foot. And then boost is the braking power. So the higher you turn that up, the harder the brakes are going to squeeze back there. Generally speaking, when you're setting up your trailer brake controller, you want to be able to take your foot off of the brake with no gas, and then you should be able to, let's see if there's a manual activation button on this thing. No, there's not. Okay, so that's not going to be, that's not a, well, that's not something you're going to be able to do. So, all right, disregard that. But either way, gain, again, is going to be how quickly your brakes respond. Boost is going to be how strong that response is. So if you ever turn way up, you want it to be able to match up with your vehicle. I mean, you don't want to feel like you're still dragging your trailer or, burning your brakes up back there because they're not squeezing enough. So just play around with it, and when it feels right to you, generally you're good. Over here, these are the battery disconnects. So that one says master power on top. By pushing that button, my Firefly system just came on, and then everything that back here that runs off of your house batteries would be turned on. So from up here, you've got a panel. You've got one of these panels in the back too, but it's nice as the driver to have this, so you can mess around with the lights, turn your inverter on or off, turn your tank heaters on, turn water pump on, any of that stuff you'll be able to do. Set your temperature for the rear and all that stuff. So it's nice to have, so whoever's the driver, if they want to be responsible and really give and show people back here in the back, then you're driving that stuff, or the passengers can control it. There's a screen just like this back in the back where you can control everything also. Refrigerator. If you want the fridge to come on, you're going to have to push that button. They give it its own separate switch because fridge is kind of a big draw if you're not using it. So being able to turn the fridge off right here from this switch will save you some battery power if you're ever parked and just trying to hang out inside of the van. So just keep that in mind. The fridge will not come on if the refrigerator switch is and then when you're done using the van, this is not going to turn itself off automatically. So if you leave this on, your lights in the back and everything are going to be on. You're going to have a parasitic drain, and then your battery is going to end up being dead. So oops, it is a press and hold, I believe. Yep, press and hold, and then it'll turn off. So easy peasy. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back on so that we can go back in the back, talk a little bit more about some of the systems that are in the back.